All right, we're live. It's so far it's just me and Artie and Duke hanging out. We've got Grumpy Old Dave coming in, and apparently it's Atheist said and Nadine said she'd try. So I don't know. We'll see who shows up. Whoever shows up, shows up. There's nobody fucking watching this right now anyway. So
I would be.
It's just us being goofballs live. Oh, we have 2 viewers. There you go. One of them's probably me. TV2 says, and me.
Congratulations, you're the first one today.
There's no prize though.
Is that Eddie Izzard bit talking about the Church of England?
Oh yeah, it's death or cake, cake or death.
Cake or death. Yeah.
I'll have the vegetarian.
Thanks for coming in today. You're the only one. So today
we're going to be talking about Cosmos. Cosmos article
from a magazine I found in a hedge.
Yeah, that's one of the funniest stand-ups ever, man.
Apparently, fall colors this year are pink and.
Because, before he went out to get crucified, Jesus had to get tarted up a bit.
Yeah, still one of the greatest hour and 45 minutes of comedy I've ever seen in my life. Probably the best beginning to end stand-up I've ever watched. At least since 80s Carlin and a couple of Richard Pryor albums.
It's in the neighborhood. I thought Joe Rogan's Triggered was pretty good from beginning to end.
Just starting with the premise. So I'm from England, where the history comes from. That's
you tell your history down, man. The other day I was watching a TV show, and they're like, "We restored this house to the way it was over 50 years ago." Surely not.
That's impossible.
No one alive then.
No one was alive. It's funny though, because I've been watching a lot of Time Team, the BBS archaeology show, and England tore down an awful lot of fucking history. Ask 90% of the people that built medieval castles. And the Romans, what did they ever do for us?
Well, he said when they built Disney World in England, they went to build the castle and said, you might want to make it a bit bigger. They have them here.
It's not really a castle so much as a fortified house.
That thing about the Stonehenge.
Yeah.
500
miles in the world.
500 miles. I don't even know where I live anymore, you bastard.
Come on, everyone. Heave. Because if you haven't seen Eddie Izzard's Dress to Kill, you have no idea what we're talking about.
So it's funny too, because it's the exact opposite of lowbrow humor.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I know a lot of people that didn't like it because they just didn't get it, man. They were like, they wanted, I guess, Aziz Ansari or somebody like that.
It was an hour and 45-minute long history lesson. It was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
He talked about language and religion and kings, and it was amazing. And almost all of it was just gut-splitting funny.
Yeah, it was really funny. The friggin', what is it, the 93rd Transvestite Airborne Brigade? Oh, look at these guys. Oh, God. Oh, they've got guns. Oh, shit, they've got guns.
Yeah, I still haven't figured out. Are you aware of Eddie Izzard saying that he's a transsexual?
Yes, he says it in that. He says it in that special.
He talks about being a transvestite. Are you aware that he has since revised it to admit that he's a transsexual?
No, I had not. I was not aware of that.
I've seen him say it in two different contexts, and that means that he was a woman when he served in the English military. And
I did not know this.
I'm just not sure that he's saying what he means, and I don't know why he would do that.
I don't either. I don't know. It's an interesting conundrum. Do you watch the TV show Hannibal?
Do not.
Well, it's over now, but he actually played a killer in that show.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
really good.
I've seen scenes of it on YouTube just because I'm such a fan, but no, I've never watched it.
Yeah, they pay an homage to the. There's a scene where they pay an homage to A Clockwork Orange in the show, and it's really cool.
He's a big fan of that.
Yeah, Clockwork Orange is one of the best movies ever made.
Oh, yeah. It was just on the other day. We were watching it.
Kubrick, man. You can't touch Kubrick.
Did you hear what Neil just said?
It was just on the other day and they were watching it.
See, he heard all of it. I heard half of it.
Well, fuck. What the hell?
I don't know.
You sure it's me?
I don't know. Your camera's a little bit dodgy.
Yeah, it's definitely you.
Mine?
Yeah, like when you're moving around, it's getting clippy.
I don't know why. I don't know why this is happening.
He's 3 times the resolution he was for at least half of the live stream. For me.
Huh. All right, why?
I don't know. I ain't mad at you.
What's
How
going
do you
on
do
with
the what?
the T-shirt? I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, mine?
If I ever need a religion, I'll worship bacon. I like that, dude.
I got. I saw it on the internet, so I ordered it.
I'm sure.
That's how I got my Buffalo Bills body lotion T-shirt.
That's awesome.
It says on the bottom, it says it rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
The only shirt
most of my T-shirts online.
I got my replacement for my Bad Dingo T-shirt. I bought that online, but the first time I bought that was at Venice Beach. I haven't gotten that many online.
I've gotten a couple. Of course, I got the Nightmare Fuel T-shirt online because that's really the only place you can get it off the Teespring.
Yeah, the ones I've gotten online have been Logic and Iowan. I've got the Logic and Butt stuff, and then the Logic T-shirt. Oh, and I've got the whatever the Poison the Well T-shirt. The I swear to drunk I'm not God.
I like that one.
We were supposed to do a T-shirt collab where they would put my hashtag KNOW homo, no homo, on the back of whatever their new design was going to be. And it was like a year and a half ago. And I was like, just give me 20% of net and I'm good with that. And then that just fucking blew up. It never fucking happened. Baba Bell! Baba Bell!
Hey, can you all hear me?
There you are.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yeah, man. Nobody can hear me.
Yeah, you're roboting like hell right now.
I don't know why that's happening.
Try turning your camera off.
I suppose I could do that.
Yeah, sometimes that works.
Sometimes.
Except that picture, though. Whew.
What about the picture? Fuck you.
I Artie, that's what I love about you, man. It's that sweet and gentle disposition of yours.
Sweet and gentle.
Everything about me screams approachable. I don't know if I want to talk to that guy or not.
Apparently,
he's a good guy.
I have. Am I audible now?
Mostly.
Mostly, yeah.
Mostly, okay. I don't fucking know why.
We're not
How
mad.
do you do that refresh thing?
Just go up to your browser and hit the refresh button on your on the address.
When
Can't you like hit F5? F5 also.
F5.
Oh no, that's what I always hear.
Oh look, it's a glass of beer. Oh my God, clean your lens. Fuck. Not that lens, you fucking schmuck. Did you buy yourself a new work?
Look it, back off.
Did you buy yourself a new work shirt?
Yeah, I did.
That's what happens when you're fucking the boss.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, tell him I said hello.
Yeah. What? Hang on, hey, what?
So is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me? Is that good?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we can hear you, Dave.
you're like 4x5, or is that how tall you are?
What? No, yeah, no, that'd be about right. That's close. It could be overstating it a little.
Probably. Well, you're the tallest in your family, other than your stupid kid.
Oh, yeah.
So, Neil, what's up with that Santa 223 chick you've been sparring with for 2 months now?
God.
Isn't she a fucking charmer?
Yeah, she's
Isn't she one?
Yeah, she's awesome. You like how she totally
She-
ducked my my absolute just destruction of her argument. She just sidestepped it.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
it to say
Oh, yeah.
anything.
She dodges all. Oh fuck! Every time you say something that is logical or reasonable, she's just like, fuck your beliefs. Mine are the right ones. And it's like, I just gave up. I'm like, fuck you.
I think she's one of them that I asked the is your fear of hell so compelling that you can't live without it question too, and that was the end of it because I was involved with her on at least 3 threads over like 4 days, and then I asked that question in all of them, and I haven't heard from her since.
I had a cracker. I got in on one of Non Sequitur's incel threads.
Did you?
Where this guy was complaining about women not dating him because he's short. I said, oh, dude, you are in my lane. Let's talk.
Did you say? Well, did you just? Okay, I don't need to hear myself that.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
Dave, you sound like a
some
technical.
What have I done?
serious feedback. No, we can hear us.
All right. Is that any better?
I don't know yet.
No.
Nope.
Damn. I haven't got any earphones on in the car, so I'm gonna have to quit then. Because I'm gonna be feeding back the whole time.
I don't know why it was working. So.
Have fun, ladies.
Ladies,
you.
it's the hair, isn't it?
Oh God!
Well, that
Holy
sucks.
shit, that was fucking crazy. Yeah, he barely comes in these days, so it was kind of cool to have him in there. But
Yeah.
if we're gonna sound like that, then fuck that
Especially
shit.
when he was all dressed up like that with that new company shirt he bought himself.
Dude, I had a buddy, back to the short guy thing, I had a buddy that tried to say the same thing. He was really short. He was 5'3". And he'd had like multiple organ replacements when he was young. I guess it stunted his growth. He just never grew past that. But that I'm sure that was a hurdle for him. But I think the fact that he is the most awkward person I've ever met in my entire life had more to do with it. Like, we went to meet this cat at a bar once, right? And we get to the bar and we get inside and we see him walking up to ladies with his phone and then just kind of like laughing at him and giving him these crazy looks. And we were like, what the hell is he doing? What is he doing now? Right? So I walk over to him and I was like, what's going on, man? What you up to? And he's all like, man, I've been trying to talk to all these ladies. I helped my friend clean out this apartment and I found all these women's shoes. So I'm walking up to him saying, I got an entire box full of designer shoes. They might be your size.
Jesus Christ.
Do you want to come out on a date with me? I was like, no!
Yeah, why don't you come out to my van and try on some shoes?
Yeah, I got a well that I'm going to put you in the basement of my house. Oh, God.
Yeah, that's completely not threatening at all.
And we had a thing, like, he used to say, because another buddy of mine and I did an experiment with it, because, like, if he would just come over to the house when it was just guys, he was a normal dude. He didn't do anything weird or nothing like that, right? So I was like, he's like, what's going on with this guy? I said, it's got to be women. That's got to be the one thing. Like, when he gets around women, something in his brain does that clicks, and the weird comes out. And so we did an experiment. We're like, oh, well, we're going to specifically invite him out one night when we're going to be with a bunch of ladies and see what happens. And sure enough, dude, sure enough, the minute he got out with us and there were ladies there, it was just imagine the most awkward, cringy thing you've ever seen, and multiply it by 1,000. And that's how this dude was around women. It was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You know, did you ever watch The Office?
Yes.
All right, you know, I've only ever seen a couple episodes of it, but I did see this one episode where the main character, the boss character, his name I can't remember right now, Michael?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, they're out hanging out, and he's having a great time, and this chick's totally into him, and then they tell him it's a date. He's like, I'm on a date? I haven't even had my date persona on. And so he changes himself up completely when he realizes he's on a date and ruins the entire thing. That's this guy.
Yes.
Only when anytime women were around, he would be like that. It was just, it's nuts.
I guess I'm glad I never had a friend like that. I mean, I've had friends that were fucking socially awkward, but not like that. Not like debilitatingly fucking creepy. That's just seriously, if you don't recognize that, you know, you're showing women pictures of ladies' shoes and making any inference about their interest in them having any access to the said shoes, you are missing up on some fucking social cues and have been for a long fucking time. You're just
yeah, poor.
I don't even know how you expose yourself to like common, you know, television and movies without recognizing that that kind of an approach is just creepy as fuck. How do you? I seriously
I don't know.
That.
I didn't get anything about the cat except for like I said, whenever it was just me and him and a couple of other dudes, he was just another one of the dudes, man. He was just another guy, and he was cool. He was fun, funny, cool to hang out with, charismatic. The minute you introduce women into the equation, he like would melt down and just do crazy shit.
I had a roommate that when I was living in Indy that he worked for he worked for me, and his housing story was so depressing that I invited him to come live with me, even as his boss, knowing how inappropriate that is, because now suddenly the money that I get from him towards rent is tied to me being his boss. But I did ultimately fire the motherfucker because sometimes you got to do the right thing. But He was the exact opposite. When he was around just a bunch of guys, he was really funny, but he was I don't know if he's necessarily a learning disabilities kid so much as he was just a really low IQ. Not really low. I was like 80 something, but he was just not a particularly clever person.
Could he tie his shoes?
Yeah. No, he was fully functional. He was just also fully capable. It was a regular thing for me to have to say every time I left the house for any length of time, no first responders. That was a fucking rule because fire department and police had both been called the night that he got drunk, sat on a lawn chair on the roof and fell off.
What?
Yeah. So, that kind of level of function.
What?
Just no.
That's
yeah. Just not a bright guy.
He keeps doing that. He's not going to be functioning.
Oh, we lived on the main
anymore.
Entrance to a fucking subdivision on the corner, right next to the entrance. Almost, we were a short block away from the entrance. So virtually everyone that lived in every one of those 300 houses drove past the house, and he was sitting on the side of the roof facing that portion, and then fell off. And at least 2 passersby in their cars called 911 when they saw him fall off the roof. Anyway. He was the opposite. You get him in a bar in front of women, and he had his fucking pick. He didn't realize he had his pick, but if he's talking to 5 women, he could have picked from 3 of them. Like,
yeah, I still have a rehash of yesterday morning.
Yeah. Don't make me splash this desk.
What happened yesterday morning?
We were talking about that before we went live.
That was that burp that turned into a projectile vomit. Yes, I didn't know it until yesterday, but that's a thing. It's possible for you to think you're going to burp and then just throw up all over your shit. I didn't know. Otherwise, I'd have taken precautions. Gone to bed with a plastic. Huh?
You've never burped before?
Not like that.
I think he's saying he's never had a burp that led into a stream of.
It wasn't. I've never projected before.
That would be a great name for a punk rock band. Projectile burp.
Projectile burp.
Oh man.
Yeah, have you given any more listens to the track I sent you?
Yes. Yeah, but I'm working through. I'm trying to think of stuff to do with your track plus 2 of the tracks that and one that my guitar player's done. So it's just me mucking around with shit at the moment. Plus, it's finding the time to actually sit and really concentrate on it because right now, well, the holidays have subsided, so it's a little easier. But there's just a lot of shit on my plate.
Yeah.
Really get down to it and figure it already. So
get to eating some shit, man.
No worries, man. I was just curious.
Yeah, I'm never satisfied until I'm satisfied with something. So, and you know what? I could do better or something.
You can.
Is Neil still breaking up for you guys, or is it just me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the sneaky pinky right there. Oh.
Yeah, it's okay. I can see it on here. Let me try.
I think he said he was going to try refreshing it again.
Yeah, I think he said he's going to switch to his phone. I don't know.
Well, that might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
That could work.
Yeah, because he held up his phone and it looked like a BlackBerry. Does he have a BlackBerry?
I don't think so. Hey, BB.
Yeah.
I don't think he does either.
What?
So bad it looked like a BlackBerry.
It was you that was going to put my fucking sayings on a goddamn T-shirt, right?
Yeah. When
Which ones?
when I end up being able to do merch, because I'm not going to be doing it until I get a certain number of subscribers.
Yeah. Which ones were you thinking of using? Out of curiosity.
Honestly, not really sure, to be honest. I've thought about a couple of the lighter end of your Chuck Tingle titles, but that's about it.
Chuck Tingle.
Well, the last one was like a paragraph.
Yeah, it was.
It's like an if-then statement in the middle of it. But those are funny as fuck.
Oh, by
That
the
was
way,
a funny. Go ahead, sorry, buddy.
I was going to say, by the way, Duke, I've been looking into doing a vocal cover of that song that you sent me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Progeny to the Great Apocalypse?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dimmu Borgir is awesome. They are a great band. I just made a new playlist for Snarky today.
Oh, nice.
I'm always throwing it out there. Like anybody that wants a playlist, just shoot me a DM with your top 5 favorite bands, and I'll work around that and figure out other songs I can put on it.
Yeah, you did mine. That was great.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we could see you and hear you.
Really?
That's
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
Well, at least you froze at that time. I was afraid we were breaking up.
Fuck. I don't know why it's happening.
You sound great now. You're still a little bit of the stop motion animation filming thing going on.
Yeah, I'm not
kept
entirely sure
waiting for you to raise each finger individually as you raised your hand.
You got a little bit of acid, trippy shit going on there.
Yeah.
Got some tracers.
You're giving me flashbacks, dude. You're slurring my vision.
That's funny. The Chuck Tingle ASMR thing was really funny. That was a really fun time, too. We had a good time at that. Were you there for that, Artie?
No, but I portions of it have been relived.
Yeah, it was good. Good times. Good times.
Good times. Good times. Lavender
Lady streams always go that way. Anytime I'm on one of them, it's just like, I don't know where this roller coaster ride is going to lead, but it's going to be interesting.
I love her streams just because she's every bit as fucking stream of consciousness as the rest of us. She's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I didn't want that. Wrong. Okay.
Oops.
See, who else has been having entertaining and intellectually stimulating conversations on the Twitters?
No, not me.
I don't know. I saw that Master Apologist deleted all of his tweets again.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I don't know. Who's that kid? The Reformed Christian kid with a little anime avatar looking thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It ran into that one too.
Because that's where I saw it, where he was like, looks like Master Apologist deleted all of his tweets, and then I started retweeting them.
Today's idiot du jour was Janice Mod 418.
I do not know this person.
Before today, I didn't either. But
oh yeah, I figured out that there's one guy on here. What the hell is his name? I don't remember his name right off, but some Christian guy. I'm assuming that blocked me and never even heard of him until now. But he apparently heard of me and blocked me. Never even heard of him before.
Fucking kidding me.
Yeah. Never even heard of him before today, and I went on his page or on his Twitter profile, and he had so I saw that he had blocked me. So
What was his name?
I'd have to go back through my notifications, but oh wait, here it is. Hang on, J. Warner Wallace.
J. Warner Wallace.
Yeah, don't know that one.
His @ name is the same thing.
I have Janice's comments today that were the greatest are evolution is the biggest lie ever, capital ever. You'd want to believe in books that scientists have written. I, on the other hand, believe in the one book by God. Why is that a problem for you? And there were a couple of responses, and she said, is that why people believe in evolution? Because they think they will not be held accountable on Judgment Day? Trust me, you will.
Yeah. The entire lot of us are going to get cast into the lake of fire like a human fucking lawn dart.
Let me guess. Yours is the God of love, just like Allah.
Yeah, I've been telling Bubba he needs to because he and Evans and Lavender Lady and I did the Draw Muhammad stream.
The Mills of Bubba?
Yeah. And I was like, it's like a 2.5 hour stream, but like 20 minutes of it is us drawing Muhammad. The rest of it is just us drawing because it was Evans and me on the same stream, and that goes the same way it goes every fucking time.
I just realized that the bitch du jour that made her health threat, it's the first one that's gotten away with that in front of me for at least a month that I didn't report for making passive idle threats. That if you put in the comments that if necessary someone other than a Christian needs to review this, it's a fairly guaranteed fucking 12-hour fucking shutdown for their shit. And anytime somebody says you're going to go to hell or you deserve to go to hell or some shit like that, I'll report that shit. That's a fucking threat. And considering the amount of times that I have spent 12 hours with some of my functions being limited, I'm more than happy to just, don't tell me that your fucking threat isn't a threat. It's a goddamn threat. Watch, I'll prove it to you. I have no tolerance for it. It's probably one of the things that I should have talked about, Neil, when we were talking about why I have an activist disposition. I live in Indiana, which is Mike fucking Pence country, and you can't drive 50 miles on an interstate here. And Indiana has more interstate miles per capita than any state in the union. You can't drive more than 50 miles without seeing at least one repent or spend eternity in hell or some derivation thereof billboard next to the fucking freeway. And I am at the point where that shit just pisses me off. It's only mildly less threatening than if you're a Christian, you're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it's interesting that because here we have those too, but we have more of the it's a life. Don't abort the baby. It's a life billboards.
I was surprised. I was stunned that Ohio was the first state near me to pass a law challenging Roe v. Wade with the new Supreme Court. Because Ohio, while adjacent and where the vast majority of my family lives, is considerably more liberal than almost all of Indiana. And it wasn't Indiana that was the state nearby that did that. It was fucking Ohio that passed a law that's going to end up in the Supreme Court. Because
what's the law?
It bans almost all abortions, and I can't remember what the specific circumstances, but rape isn't an excuse to. Only on the chance or the instances where the pregnancy is a threat to the mother's life. It's a pretty hardcore fucking law, and it passed. And it definitely not something you'd expect out of a state that has 3 considerable cities in it, in Cleveland, Columbus, and Cincinnati. It's virtually mind-boggling. Yeah, it's I was stunned. I did certainly nothing I would have expected from the state of Ohio, considering I spent most of my life living 15 minutes from it. Which was great when I was in high school because they grandfathered in 18-year-olds could buy beer. And I had 2 good friends that were old enough that when that law passed, we could drive to Ohio to get beer legally. Couldn't drive back with it, but, you know.
Oh, guess who's finally on fucking Twitter?
Who's that then?
Terry Davies.
Hey, guys.
The other Aussie dude. Hey, David, how's it going?
Oh, that's who this is? Okay, I'm following now.
I'm gonna let you say something. Go ahead,
Terry
Dean.
Davies.
Oh, for me, yeah, I was trying to get Terry the link. I don't know if you were paying attention now.
I just added him because I added him. I followed him before I couldn't message him. So
Message him?
Yeah, I didn't get that.
I added him to the group.
Dude, I just repeated it.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
wait. What? Or not?
Now, are you drinking or smoking or both?
Both, but that's the point. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not talking about anything.
Can I be heard? Like, am I at least being heard?
I got none of that.
Because I put the. This is just terrible.
I think I got a few words then.
What?
You 2 fingers
I'm
together.
gonna shut off the fucking camera. Maybe that'll help.
You're putting it where?
And I shut off the camera. Is that better? Camera. I don't know why. I don't know why this is happening, you guys. I don't know.
I think it's me. Hang on a second.
It's never been this bad ever. Fresh.
Oh dear. Both went.
Was it me?
It doesn't look any different, really.
Yeah, I thought maybe I'd refresh and he'd be better.
I believe that is how the internet works.
Right? Isn't it? It's either that or start kicking the wall. Oh, see, you're too young to know that. Solid state stuff, you used to be able to, like, if your TV would start to blink out, you just go over and hit it really hard and it would come back on and work just fine. That was the beauty of solid state. You didn't have this. It either worked or it didn't. And sometimes you could just smack it and it would come back on. Fabulous way to live. Would take out some frustrations.
Hey guys, let me jump out of here.
This thing working.
Grief.
I don't know what exactly Neil's abusing.
Okay, I don't know what the hell is going on here.
I'm gonna jump out.
Shake up my computer.
All right, Duke. You go talk to your better friends.
All right, Duke.
What's gonna do later?
Yeah, you go.
I left my
Talk
better
to
friends to come talk to y'all, but then I can't like talk to Neil because he's like friggin'. He's having a glitch in the fucking matrix over there.
I did.
Give me a second. 1 second.
1001.
Such a literalist.
Fuck you, motherfuckers.
If I can't use the other fucking thing, then I'm using the first fucking thing.
If I can't use the thing.
I think it was suggested earlier that you go to the phone, but
He should probably close the computer one though.
Yeah, he definitely should. It's way better quality.
Well, I don't know why the fuck it is happening.
we aren't mad.
Well, no, I wouldn't expect you to be.
Well,
but
no,
still.
I get that you are, but
I'm
No. Don't listen to Artie. I'm totally pissed off.
no,
You are.
Duke. This is not why people love you.
Everybody just tolerates me for the lulz.
No. We love you, but that isn't why.
I thought for a while there, you guys were actually just fucking with me, and you couldn't hear me, and you were just carrying on with
I
the.
was sure that's what you were thinking when I started mentioning it right after we started the broadcast. I'm like,
Over to data.
I actually had to go through my mind that he's not going to believe me when I tell him. That is not going forward. That is not something I will fuck with people about. I will occasionally myself, but that's a completely different thing.
Why is that?
Okay, it was a little bit of you then, Artie.
No, that was me going and then continuing my sentence.
Oh,
I was already being a dick.
My shit used to do
I
it.
was zoning out.
My shit used to do it all of the time. And invariably, I would get to a point in a story where suddenly the 7 previous minutes of drivel were about to have some meaning, and I would go, oh, I get it.
That seems like it's a very good opportunistic time for you to freeze too.
Yeah, exactly. That was the thing was probably the most frustrating for everybody is that they had to sit through 7 minutes of me just babbling, and then when I was finally getting to a point,
You know what it makes me think of is I don't know if you guys have ever spent any time watching Bearing. I know he catches a lot of shit, but I think he's hilarious. But he does the thing when he does the Steve Shives videos where he pauses Shives at just the right damn moment. And he'll go, and stop. Steve, what's this face? What's this face right here?
who makes that face?
And he's fucking genius. I know he talks about shit that's, gets on the nerves of some more left-leaning people that I'm cool with, but I think he's hilarious.
I'm just annoyed that he's a one-track train, but he is funny. I'm not gonna lie, he's funny. I have stopped watching his shit because it's always gonna be about the same shit. But
Yeah,
not because he isn't funny. It's just because I'm tired of his subject matter.
yeah.
Reese! Oh God, Reese is making fart noises. No, it's a digital fart noise. Actually, it's a cross between an analog and a digital fart noise. It was a
Like it sounds like late 70s fucking industrial music.
sounds like an old vibrator with a bearing going out.
There you go.
Don't ask me how I know what that sounds like.
Any minute now, the ring chick's gonna crawl out of all of our collective fucking screens and kill us.
Weren't you leaving, Duke?
He was, but now we can hear Neil.
Yeah, finally. Now that I'm off that, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with my connection.
I don't know, but you look fabulous.
Oh, I'm sure. What the fuck?
Neil's a great looking dude.
Huh?
I said Neil's a great looking dude.
Oh, you're lying. Stop.
You know I have a Jones for you.
If there's an ugly part of you, you've buried it under that fur. Why is it all Canadians have such nice teeth, too, by the way?
I don't have nice teeth, trust me.
Okay, why do all Canadians have nice top teeth?
Socialized medical.
Yeah, because we have like decent medical and dental.
Yeah, exactly. I had insurance when I mean, my teeth don't look like shit, but my 3 closest Canadian friends, their uppers all look pretty fucking...
They got the going on?
Exactly. I mean, I've got, decent teeth. Never had a cavity in my adult teeth. I've had 2 of them crack and fall out of my skull, but no cavities.
Well, that's fucked up.
I think if it cracked and fell out of your head, that's like a cavity gone wild. You know what I mean? That's like a cavity at fucking Daytona Beach spring break.
It's the beauty of having really, really solid teeth that are virtually impervious to cavities, and having TMJ and clenching your jaw so hard that they split your fucking molars.
Yeah.
This one split crown to root down both roots. Split in half all the way down to the root.
What the hell's TMJ?
In my case, it's clenching my jaw when I sleep. But for a lot of people, it's grinding their teeth when they sleep. But I'm a clencher, not a grinder.
So don't ever try to get a blowjob from you.
There's at least 7 reasons to not do that.
I'm a clincher, not a grinder.
And TMJ isn't one of them, because I said it's the thing that happens in my sleep. And if you're trying to get your dick in my mouth while I'm sleeping, we both have problems that are going to be resolved differently.
Yeah, one of you will be running around in pain, and the other one's going to be running.
I'm just going to be mad and spitting your dick out of my mouth.
Like Mike Tyson with a dick.
See, that's why. See, that almost got real ethnic there, and I realized it before I said it.
Good save.
Well, yeah. So let me go another way with it. Has anybody ever tried pickled pig's ear?
No.
Oh
No.
God, no.
Okay. I did it on a bet, and the worst part of it is not the part that you would think is even a part of it, which is the hair that's on the fucking ear.
God damn it! I just put a drink in my mouth.
See, Neil, I told you.
Yes, you did.
I can't even see him.
How many times have I done that to Neil? Neil, how many times have I made you spit your drink and get mad at me every time?
I don't know. I lost count after like 100 something.
That was part of the conversation. I've actually got friends that will go out of their way to try to do it to me just because I do it to them so many times by accident.
Well, it wasn't so much of a feeling of spitting it out. It was more of a feeling of disgust, or a taste of disgust, when you mentioned about the hair.
I don't
if you could take all of this, like from the fucking I'm not a clincher, I'm a grinder, to the it's not as much spitting it out, it's the feeling of disgust when I found the hair there. I mean, like, we could take all this out of context and make an interesting conversation.
Hey, by all means, hashtag
let's soundboard this shit.
out of context. I've said worse.
You have said worse. I was there.
Yeah.
I've actually said things I'm embarrassed about.
Well, you're from Indiana. You should be embarrassed.
Yeah, that's not even the admittance that I'm ashamed of.
There you go. Terry's in.
Hey, Terry.
Yeah, I didn't realize when Neil, when you I've added new people to the usual suspects. They can't see the messages that were from before they joined. So I'm trying to tell Terry go up 8 messages and he can't see it.
Well, can we?
Shit! So that's probably why he didn't see it.
Yeah, that's why he just got in.
Okay, and he's muted himself. What's going on, Terry?
Yeah.
Why are you muted?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, microphone shit ain't working or something, or what?
Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you, Artie?
My first guess would be a lot.
For those of you who didn't catch it, he unmuted himself, and I immediately muted him again.
You're such a fucking dick. God damn.
Well, I couldn't unmute him, and while I'm still in the menu, he unmuted himself. And I was like, "Oh, well, that'll do."
His mic's not working well, so
Yeah, I apologize, but that was funny to me.
that was funny shit.
I wonder if I'm going to run across any more prostitutes on Tinder tonight. I've had 2. I've had 2 people I matched up with. Yeah, I've had 2 people I matched up with, and then we followed each other on Instagram, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, I'm a prostitute. You want to give me some money?"
Subtle way that's putting it than that.
Well, I guess I don't know, but that's the way they said it. They said, "By the way, I don't know if you're going to judge me for this, but I'm a cam model and a prostitute." And I was like, "No, that's not. I don't care about that." And then they're like, "What you gonna give me some money?" And I was like, "No, I'm not going to give you any money, but it doesn't bother me."
Yeah. Don't they usually ask you if you want a date rather than just saying, "Want to give me some money?"
I'd ask them if they want to paint my fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you some money. You got to wash my truck.
Wink, wink. Hey, you want to paint my fence? Wink, wink.
I need an oil change.
I need to
How do
get
you feel about raking my yard? Wink, wink.
And then I just ended up hurting myself. Back again.
Oh, Terry, we can barely hear you.
I haven't got set up there yet. Wait, can you hear me now?
Yes.
That's better.
It'd be alright if I use the microphone.
Yeah. Well, or pull it out of your butt.
But it's so comfortable up there.
Yeah.
The nether regions.
Hi, how do you ride your bicycle?
Oh, okay. Wait. I got
God.
something from the previous stream I was on. There was an article that Evans found where this priest, I guess up in somewhere, Ohio, or I don't know, but he went to the emergency room with a 10-inch crucifix in his rectum. It
went up pain end first. I mean, if nothing else, I have said repeatedly that the testicles that they put on dildos are a safety device.
Talk about accepting Jesus, huh?
It's just it's something to keep you from going too far. And somehow that guy got that thing. How did that happen?
A miracle.
It's a miracle.
Jesus.
What they mean by getting closer to the Lord.
It's a butt stuff miracle.
Oh.
It was the Iowan. Iowan did it.
Hashtag gaping for Jesus.
Yeah. No, it was substantial. It was fully 6-8 inches across. Pun intended.
Oh, jeez. Dad jokes.
Yeah, saying it was a pun after the fact that's the dad joke part. And Terry, we can't hear you for shit again.
Okay.
Take your pants off.
I might have to adjust level or something.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be an idea.
Or just take your pants off.
Just that
It's
Couldn't hurt.
You should know that's the only time I've ever said that in my life.
You're probably right. We should know that.
Round, you know.
No, he's
So on a different note, did you guys hear the good news about the Mormon Church?
I didn't know there was good about the Mormon. It's disbanding.
No. The female missionaries can now wear pants. Ain't that cool?
Do they still have to wear the magic underwear though?
Yes.
Oh god.
Yeah, but now they look half as Mennonite as they used to.
But the pants, they can't wear jeans or anything. It has to be black or gray pants. It can't be too baggy, can't be too tight, can't be revealing, can't be anything above the knee.
Wait, can't be too baggy.
And they
skirts to not being allowed to wear baggy pants?
Yeah, and they can't wear them during baptisms or wedding ceremonies or you know
when they're
regulate it. Yeah, because they're dirty, right?
Yeah.
Bitches be dirty.
Oh god.
They do bleed a lot.
Yeah, if something bleeds that much and ain't dead, there's something wrong with it.
That's straight from South Park. I never trusted a thing to bleed for 5 days and doesn't die.
That's way older than South Park, but just completely by coincidence, and perhaps the fact that there's a God. The last 3 women that I've had significant relationships with have all had hysterectomies in their early 30s.
I've had 2 of those in the last 2 years. It's very freeing.
I'm not saying it's a great thing. In fact, it's horrifying. But yeah, that kind of eliminates a lot of
mess,
concerns, issues,
worries. Well, I mean, both the ladies that I've been with that had hysterectomies were in their early 30s were pleased as punch. Both of them already had kids. Both of them didn't want any more kids, and then it got rid of the problems they were having. And they were just like, I don't miss it at all.
Yeah, the one friend of mine, I was living with her. We weren't dating, but I was living with her when she had it. She had just turned 40 and hadn't had kids, but still wanted to have kids. But her issue was, without going into even uncomfortable levels of detail, it's sufficient to say that she spent better part of at least 12 days a month in utter agony.
Yeah.
Every fucking month.
She was a werewolf, okay.
No, she was just... She was a woman with a high pain threshold and utterly debilitating pain that kept her from even walking correctly.
Oh, God.
Well, was that caused by you?
No. No. In fact, where I hurt her made her bend back upright.
You cured spinal bifida. That's amazing.
See, and that was one of the other ones that had.
Holy shit! Reese is on fire tonight.
He had a scar that from her shoulder blades to the crack of her ass. Spina bifida is no fucking joke. Even if you have sex in the
You're a miracle worker.
Okay, that's not. Oh, it's Neil's other.
It's Neil.
Turn your sound down our computer, Neil.
It's gonna get back on the computer, so we can't hear him anymore.
Yeah, that was a nice crotch shot on the way down, though. I'm not gonna say. Yeah. I'm not gonna say I was offended.
Yeah, I wasn't saying I wasn't gonna look, but whatever.
I could just stand up if you want.
Yeah, we'll take our sneak peeks as they come naturally.
I can just show it to you again. That'll be fine.
He is wearing pants. We do know that.
Yeah, at least we know he didn't take the advice of taking his pants off.
Damn Hoosiers.
Oh, so, is this any better? Or, like, can you guys hear me now, or what?
You are.
Yeah.
Better. You feel better. You look better.
Pretty good.
You're not freezing at the moment.
Good.
Terry, we can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Only just. I mean, you still sound like you're recording this from your pocket, but
I don't know what it is.
You're inside a tin can, dude.
Am I?
Or you're upside down.
It might be the
I'm
fact
upside-
that you're
I'm
talking to us
upside.
through a pocket.
I don't know how else to adjust the volumes or whatever on this.
You're good enough. We can hear you. Just it's
Yeah,
more of
you're
a
good.
it's more of an intonation thing than it is a volume issue.
I bet Terry is wearing like a bunch of like rabbit ears on his head and got tinfoil wrapped around his face just to get like, yeah,
Well,
exactly.
I've got a coat hanger wire on my hand hanging it out the window.
It's midsummer. I'm guessing your balaclava game is pretty solid at this point.
Balaclava.
What?
It's a thing
What
you
is
wear.
Balaclava.
Oh yeah, balaclava. Yeah.
You wear it on your head.
Well, I wouldn't be
Yeah,
wearing
you
it.
pull it down.
Is that like a-
eyes and
Is that like a drop bear?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, mostly
I don't know
because
what that
it's
is.
like,
You don't know what a drop bear is?
I have no idea.
It does-
Dude, Terry, tell him.
Think of a koala, a little bit more muscly, like an Arnie Schwarzenegger version, and he's got sharp teeth, and he drops out of trees when you're walking around the forest, and he might drop on you and eat you.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that shit. It's like a chupacabra.
Yeah, they're pretty vicious.
yeah, it's
This fucking thing.
no, that's a
I guess yeah.
that's a
No, dude, that's a snuggle bear. Stop that.
that's a snipe.
Snuggle bear.
Just Google drop bear, you'll see a few pictures of one.
They're scary as hell.
They look like my dad when we were talking about my Facebook posts.
Getting a shit like this thing.
Go back to your goddamn phone. Send yourself a link on Twitter, link to it, and then close your computer.
And
That sounds-
throw it away.
It's not his computer's fault. You might have a cable that's
I don't
taking
hate
shit
it.
though. If you got your are you hardwired to your Wi-Fi
No.
router?
Okay,
No.
you'd be better off with like 2 cans and a damn string at this point.
Yeah. Neil, you do have another alternative to fix this. You do have another alternative to fix this internet problem.
Get another computer.
No, move.
Yeah,
No.
it's not your computer, but you might be having your connection taking a shit.
When I was looking at my connection earlier, it said it wasn't the greatest.
Is your computer?
Did it say that? It said not the greatest.
Yeah, that's what it said. Yeah, literally, that's what it said.
It
Not
said
the greatest.
poor quality.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, how's my connection? Not the greatest. Like,
Yeah.
I got it. What? Damn hose heads. God.
I'll probably swear at him next time.
Yeah, it says roughly adequate. Sorry.
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 It'll probably say, sorry, you're breaking up a bit. Please repeat the question.
Please go to our website to report your outage.
Yeah.
please ask again.
Yeah, it's an Ask Jeeves moment.
Magic 8-ball internet.
Oh.
You okay?
Yeah, that drum's getting tight.
It sounded like he was flogging something.
Flogging.
Wow. I don't know what you do with your second hand, but I'm not hitting myself with mine.
Jesus.
Well, we couldn't see from the waist down what you were doing. We just heard the sound effect.
I'm just concerned about what you're doing that sounds like flogging.
Sounds abusive.
Exactly. Sounds like flagellation, not flogging.
Okay.
It's abuse.
It's all right. I'm up for it.
Yeah.
I'm willing to deliver myself as much pain as I'm happy to tolerate, which is almost none.
As long as it's consenting adults, right?
Or, you know, one of them's asleep and you're just trying to stick your dick in their mouth.
Yeah, you got grinders and grippers, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say something, but I changed my mind.
All right.
Good idea.
But it wasn't. I'll bet you've had better ideas.
Oh,
Probably.
shit. He's here, then he's gone. He's here, then he's gone. Where's our host?
He's like a dick. It's light. It was dark. It was light. It was dark. It was light. It was dark.
Wow.
Oh, poor Neil.
So you up there by Gary?
No, I'm not by Gary. I'm about 110 miles east of Gary.
I got a brother by Indianapolis.
I used to live northern half of Indianapolis. I lived in the southern half and then the western half. And
I do love some Evansville though.
Evansville is where my son's mom lives.
It's a nice area, man.
She seems to like it.
Yeah, that's back in the day.
She works. She is the. I probably shouldn't say that because it kind of does limit it to one person. I'm not gonna say that about her. She has a job that makes her special in Evansville for a bunch of people that work in Evansville.
Oh,
At least that way you have to have some idea of what company I'm talking about and what things they might have on campus that the employees are capable of availing themselves to, rather than me coming out and
Toyota,
where she works and what her job there is.
Toyota.
They make Toyotas in couple places in Indiana.
Yeah, they do. My uncle works for.
They make all of the Subarus that are sold in the United States and Indiana.
Oh, do they?
They assemble them, yeah.
Well,
Lafayette.
oh yeah. Well, Utah's the #1 consumer of green Jello.
Really?
Beat that.
Wait, is it also the largest consumer of miniature marshmallows?
Might be.
I'm just thinking those things go together like spam and eggs.
No. So what they do, they have this. So it's like called like a Mormon dessert here. I'm not kidding. This stuff is fucking gross.
It's got shaved carrots, marshmallows, green Jello.
You bet. Yep, that's some nasty shit.
Yeah,
sometimes raisins too.
Yeah, that's not Mormon. That's just old white people.
Yeah.
Salt is spicy.
Yes. Ooh, that's rich. You mean sugary? That's really rich.
It's rich.
So, can you guys hear me better now?
Yes.
Yeah, we hear you better. What'd you do?
No.
I went hardline.
Is that like freebasing?
It wasn't your line. It was your Wi. You were somebody's snaking your Wi-Fi, then, dude.
Something. I don't know.
Change your password.
Probably that girl you live with.
She's not home.
Probably the girl that your neighbor lives with.
I don't know my neighbor that well.
See,
he's kind of a quiet. Fucking...
That's why his bitch is suspect.
He's quiet at fucking.
He's quiet. He's fucking weird. So.
He's a loner. Does he hunt small animals that look like they might have been killed by the side of the road?
Nope.
The fuck does that mean?
Just trying to make some conclusions about whether or not this quiet loner is a serial killer or not.
Oh yeah. Not in Canada.
No. Oh yeah.
Do you have heavy chemical smells coming from the apartment? Does he like 50-gallon drum out every now and again?
Yeah, do you often go to bed with the waft of bleach running through your house?
No.
Does he smack his garbage with a baseball bat?
No.
Wait a minute. What?
Does he scream at a dog in the backyard?
Has he ever set a tent on fire in your yard?
His yard is my yard.
Jesus Christ. You guys
So
are
that's a yes.
Freudian slip.
I live in a fucking apartment, so it's everyone's yard out
Oh,
here.
see? Typical fucking Canadians. Burning tents in everybody's front yards.
Bunch of socialists.
Yeah. Yeah. 3 words for you. Free healthcare.
No.
Fucking already kills me. Already kills me. Oh my god.
Goddamn Canadians.
Why do
Burning.
you say so much against Canadians for? They that bad? They're like Australians, are they?
No.
Beady eyes and their flapping heads.
Flapping heads. We're a lot like Australians. We just don't have the accent.
Hey.
And we
They're
don't
like
apologize.
Australians who have no idea how to say the word about.
What? I don't say about funny.
What are you talking about?
He doesn't, because Western Canadians don't say a boot.
No, they don't. Okay.
No, we don't.
I'm not your friend, guy.
We say about. Hey, guy, I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend, guy.
Hey, guy, I'm not your friend, pal.
So do all Canadians apologise for everything?
No,
They're not sorry.
they are invariably almost invariably polite. Their roadsides at least are immaculate. Even their largest cities that they want to shit on are virtually immaculate compared to virtually every place else on the planet other than fucking Disney World.
Their bacon is really ham.
They actually
No,
they
it's
don't
not.
call it that. They don't call it that. They call it ham. And their roads are built so that you can get out of somebody's way so that they can pass you without having to cross the center line. And I don't know, is it a law or just a moral obligation among Canadians that if somebody approaches you from behind quickly, you just pull over into that shoulder area so they can go by you?
No,
Wow.
You have a problem with that, huh, Artie? People coming at you from behind, huh?
Yeah, I'm more than happy to get out of their way.
See, I would have never guessed that.
That's why nobody trusts you to guess about anything.
Actually, it is a law here that if you're driving on the highway, you should be in the right-hand lane so that any people that want to pass you can pass you.
2-lane highways with the big white paved shoulder.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, you're not supposed to go to the shoulder. You should just change lanes. Like if it's a 2-lane highway, one's considered a fast lane, the other's considered a slow lane. And if you see someone screaming up behind you and they give you the flashy headlights, then you move over and they go past you.
Oh, the flashing headlights means I flip them off.
No, it's funny. The only people that don't get pissed off when you flash them from behind as you approach them are Canadians and truckers.
Well, you see, because we understand that means get the fuck out of the way.
Well, and to a trucker, it means I know you've got room to get over. You can get over now.
Yeah, you're clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You keep saying right and left. I have to sort of think in mirror image of which is right and left for us.
Yeah, because you guys drive on the opposite side.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and you guys are upside down too. So.
Yeah. And your fucking continent doesn't exist.
And you're a mirror image.
And according to Nacha, it's an island.
And a continent.
It is?
Well, it is
an island and a continent.
Yeah.
Yes.
A continental island? Is that like a new kind of breakfast?
Oh, I hate to break it to you, but all continents are islands.
No, North America isn't an island. South America isn't an island. Sure as fuck, Asia and Europe aren't islands.
Well, they are. They're all surrounded by water.
On the big scale, think big, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, so then-
it's relative. It's relative. Okay, perception, bitch.
All right, on this one thing, I am a literalist. No, they're not.
No, they're not. I know. I'm just fucking with you because that's what Nacha seems to think.
Well, look. You ever seen?
Although he's just fucking with you too.
You've ever seen Nacha? It's not the most imposing person you're ever going to come across.
He is one of the nicest guys ever, though.
I didn't say he wasn't that. I'm just saying he's not imposing. I think he should use his real voice, but I understand why he doesn't.
Yeah, I get it too.
He thinks he sounds girly, and I think he sounds like somebody who's the size that he is, and that it frustrates me that he thinks that means it sounds girly, and I'm like, no, dude,
his voice suits me more than what it suits him. For the size I am.
I don't know. You're just a pulsating globe with a flag on it.
No, isn't Nacha kind of a little guy?
He's a very slight fella.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, I've talked to him plenty. I've talked to him plenty.
He looks a little like Neil if you like cut Neil in half and then reinflated him.
What the hell? A Neil blow-up doll, huh? Jesus Christ.
Hey, let's not start a trend here.
Put helium in him and he'll fly around.
Reinflate Neil.
Yeah.
Hashtag reinflate Neil.
Oh, hey, Notch's in the chat. Hey.
Oh, that's
unfortunate. We're talking about him.
Holy fuck, his ears must have been burning.
Yeah, he must have been burning, yeah.
That's going to make his horns come out.
Yeah, he says, fuck you, Artie.
For those of you, he and I have been doing this for a long time. I don't know how long. It's a long time, maybe 6 or 8 months. But anytime that either of us show up on a live stream or in the chat of one of the other of us being on a live stream, it's a fuck you to whichever one of us is the one that's susceptible to the fuck you.
So who's he talking about? You are a goddamn snot with sunglasses. Who would that be?
That's the Duke.
And a fake voice. Fuck you, Audie. Fuck you, Audie.
Oh God, that was good.
That was.
That was so good.
I can try to talk in a deep voice.
I've heard it a lot. I'm telling you. It's just a thing we do.
Ooh, compelled unbelievers here too.
He dropped in just in time.
Oh, I love him.
What's going on, Dave?
Yeah. I'll be interviewing him on the 28th.
Dave is the guy that's all like, he'll be like, I'm thinking about doing this video, but I don't want to get banned from the internet forever.
Let's do it.
And I'm always just like, do it, man. Do it. I endorse it.
Let's do it. Him and his goddamn bird.
Duke, Duke, I have a question for you, Duke.
Okay, man.
What's happened to Rachel?
Oh, yeah. All right. So,
oh, do I?
Yeah. Yeah, Rachel. She was getting. She was just getting a lot of anxiety, I think, from Twitter and from all that stuff. She decided that the social media thing, she needed to take an extended break from it. So she did. She set a date, and she decided that it would be easier for her to not just jump right back in if she deleted the whole account. Like if she just got rid of it, it would be easier for her to stay on her extended break. She has no idea when she's going to be back. She did put an email address in the usual suspects a while back. I do have it saved in my phone. And anybody that was in the usual suspects is welcome to have it.
She's a really nice lady.
Oh, she's awesome.
She's like one of the 3 sweetest people I've ever met in my entire life.
She was always nice to me, which is really rare. That's really rare.
You're going to have to remind her that we're supposed to have our chat on the 26th of this month.
I'll get in touch with her. She's got the hubby in town right now, so she's not taking calls. But I'll get in touch with her in the next week or so and make sure that she remembers that.
Okay. Very good.
But yeah, everything's fine with her. She's fine. She's happy. She's having a great time. She's doing really well. I think she just felt like the social media thing was a little too toxic, and she needed to get away from it for a while. So she just bounced out.
So she's talking about you then.
Yeah, it's totally me. It's totally me.
Gotcha.
You realize that she and I actually talk and text, and like we used to work together. I actually know her in the real world.
Yep. Just like I know Shannon
shit.
Q in the real world, huh? Yep.
Shut up, Reese. Nobody likes it.
I know it.
No, but, I'll send her that, and I'll tell her everybody's missing her. I always remind her that when people, because I've had multiple people reach out to me and ask what was going on, and like I said, she's got the email, and so
hey, it's a doggy.
I'll shoot you in your DMs, Neil. Not the usual suspects, but I'll shoot you the email so that you have a way to get in touch with her.
Okay.
Woof, woof.
Woof, woof.
All right, that sounds
Oh wow, that dog loves being loved. Holy shit!
Yeah, somebody thought this dog needed to be beaten. That's how he ended up being mine.
Wow.
It's a totally believable story, but how this dog had to be beaten. But when I would say no to him when I first got him, I've had him since first part of March. If I said no to him, he would drop to the floor, curl up in a ball, look up to me in a completely wincing fashion, and piss himself.
Oh, subservient.
That's terrible.
A little worse than that.
So what happens
Yeah.
now if you say no?
Clearly had been abused.
What's he say? What's he do now if you say no?
We're just getting to the point where I can say no. I haven't tried to teach him to walk on a leash or a bunch of other things. He'd sit. Anything that I can immediately say good boy to. It's pretty much everything we've done. That and a lot of confidence building. That I encourage him to be. In fact, you can't see it, but my shirt is. You can see the dog. It says your dog doesn't know sit.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I like that shirt. That's cool.
He's kind of the opposite of that because he wants to jump up, and when my mother is 76 years old, and she will let him jump up on her and put his paws on her shoulders because he doesn't ever push on her. He just kind of touches her shoulders, and then she'll grab him and give him a hug. He's a really good fucking dog. He just needed somebody to treat him like he deserved to be treated.
My cat does tricks.
He doesn't do shit. Well, I take that back. He does sit.
My cat can wave.
He lays down if you yell at him.
Jesus Christ! Here we go.
Artie's the new Nadine.
Yeah, don't at me. I do not yell at that dog just to get it to lay down.
Oh shit.
Yeah, take that. Just don't send that fucking tweet. Delete it, Reese.
Yeah, I know it, right?
Yeah, I've had I had somebody. I used to tell people my dogs used to have it. I called it the supper fight. At supper was at 5:00, and if I was home on a weekend, starting at about 4:30, my dogs would start to play, and I called that the supper fight. And one of, I think it was my diminished roommate had one of his chicks over, and the dogs started fighting. And I was like, "All right, supper fight or nobody eats." And she freaked the fuck out. She's like, "I can't believe you make your dogs fight just so they can have food."
That's like a helter-skelter type of thing, dude. What the hell?
Like, you are with one of the dumbest people that I know and care about. You should probably watch your mouth. Didn't say that, obviously, because I wasn't about to insult my friend, but like, how fucking dumb. You think everybody in this room is okay with me demanding that my dogs have a fight before I feed them? Fuck you. Fuck you. The dogs were fine. They were all friendly and up in her lap and kissing her face moments earlier. And now she thinks that they're playing because I demanded that they fight for their food. Fuck off. I was so mad. You can't be that fucking stupid.
Apparently, Master Apologist is using the handle Dutch Adkins.
Dutch Atkins?
Yep. Right here.
Dutch Rudder.
Did Peter catch that, or where did that discovery come from? Or are we witnessing it live?
I found it on a tweet that was put out by Surus that Ocean the Wizard replied to, because they were supposed to be doing that debate today, but he disappeared again. But he's apparently got this account since November, so I don't
Does
know.
it work?
This is live archaeology, people. They said it couldn't be done on live fucking YouTube. Here it is. Live internet archaeology. I'm only being marginally sarcastic. It's kind of cool that you've just figured that out while we were sitting here.
I'm just talking with Ocean right now.
Ocean's an interesting cat.
He is very
Yeah,
interesting.
he's awesome.
It's cool to be able to talk to him about atheism and not be even marginally bogged down in Christian dogma or Allah horse shit rides to it's completely different fucking animal.
Well, yeah, because it's like what Thor and stuff.
Oh. Hey, my roommate just sent me a link here. Canadian scientists detect mysterious radio signal from a distant galaxy. Maybe it's Han Solo making the Kessel Run.
Were they called now white swords?
You're horrible, Artie. You're horrible.
It's just how my brain works, man. I can't apologize for it.
Well, I had to ask what.
I realized I wish I could have relived every bit of this fucking moment because I handled it so poorly. But I had this kind of really attractive woman whose friend I was hitting on. I was like hitting on the lesser of the. It's like 4 really hot chicks, and the hottest of them is really fucking hot. And I'm hitting on like number 3, and what I see is the beautiful hierarchy. And she seems really bright, and she's funny. And while I'm talking to her, her friends come over to make sure that I'm not, a rapist. And we're having this conversation, and the hottest chick interjects and says, "You're pretty quick. Do people think that you're witty?" And that was my immediate reaction was that she was an idiot for having said that. And that I can't remember now what my actual response was, what my clever retort was, but it was insulting enough that she walked away, and then so did the other 3. But what I didn't catch was that she was probably just trying to be sincere, and she was bright enough to catch all these little jokes that I had thrown in over some period of time that she'd been standing there watching us talk. And I really lament the fact that not only did I demonstrate that I was fully capable of being a complete ass to 4 otherwise attractive women, but I might have been able to fuck the really hot one that night.
Yeah, what would have been, huh? What would have been?
I don't know what you're talking about. I was nowhere near there.
Oh,
no, she had way better tits.
Got it.
You're basing that on
way
what?
Better tits. Way better.
But Neil, you look better from behind. Oh,
and her hair was as soft as yours.
Oh, sorry. It was
She was really hot, and
right.
because she made something that I thought was flippant and a little bit rude and derogatory, I immediately wrote her off, and then I got written off by the rest of them, and justifiably so, because she might very well have been the funniest, most intelligent one of the three, but because of that one fucking comment that she made, I was just, I shall not abide that.
Yeah.
Just sum it up to that she had a dick, okay?
Yeah.
I do that same thing though. I've done that same thing many times though, Artie, where somebody will say something and it might
you done a girl with a dick? I bet.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm me, Reese.
Oh, the greatest thing I've ever said. The greatest thing I've ever said. Somebody that was hitting on me openly inappropriately was I walked into a gay bar with a really good gay friend of mine and his husband, and immediately got hit on by one of their friends. As soon as we walk in the door, and it's this older guy. He was probably my age then, which was 20-something-ish years ago. And the guy said, my friend Mike says, Artimus is straight. He's just a really good friend. And this guy goes, oh, and he reaches around and he grabs my ass. And after he did it, I just, pushed him by the wrist away. And I looked at him and he goes,
kissed him.
He said, yeah. He said, he's just one good dick away from being a faggot. And I said, that means that you're one good pussy away from being straight. I think I literally just looked at my buddy Mike, literally huffed, and walked away.
Is there anyone?
Best part of that story was that I had already told both of them that if I ever decided that I was gay, that I would let them spit roast me.
Ooh. Sorry if I'm making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Well, they felt like that was a promise, and I have held up to that.
Reese, are you picking up on that Canadian radio signal?
Yeah, I think it might be Russia. It's Reese.
Yeah, you guys got it.
It's the sound of borscht boiling in the background.
Yeah, I was trying to put on my jacket. I didn't notice my microphone was hanging down, so whatever.
That is not the sound we're hearing.
Oh.
It's your analog digital signal again.
Oh.
Background. Yeah, you've got a little bit of a oh shit, what's the not CB, what's the ultra high frequency radio band that people build the big fucking radio towers for? Never mind.
I don't know.
Duke.
I'm gonna put this out there.
Duke, you were my only hope.
Hi-fi?
Really, no credit.
No.
Really weak fucking Star Wars reference.
No, I got you. I got it. I just couldn't acknowledge it. But no, back to earlier, Audie, I've done the same thing you did, where like somebody said something to me.
Okay,
my response was just like cutting and really actually kind of mean, because I thought they were talking down at me or being a dick. And then like later on down the road, like a couple of hours later, retrospectively, I think they probably weren't being a dick. I was just taking it the wrong way.
That's because you're a sensitive little bitch.
I'm way less embarrassed when that happens on Twitter than I am when it happens in person, and I don't think I did have one time. It was my friend's, must have been her 40th birthday party, and I had two girls from Butler University, which is a
oh no, not this fucker! God damn it!
Yeah, saw that happen too. From a prestigious and potentially well known if you follow NCAA basketball, college school. And 2 girls from this Christian school, really cute, really blonde, really just turned 21, and really willing to double team an old dude with gray hair. And I was like, I just decided it was going to be way more fun for me to fuck with these 2. So I told the first one that I was in town because the following day I was going in to donate my bladder for my brother.
So at what point did you wake up?
Wait, it gets better.
Oh shit! So you didn't wake up yet?
No, I didn't. No, this is a thing that actually fucking happened.
I doubt it.
Yeah, all right. I'm not old enough to come up with good stories out of my actual history. I got to make shit up.
Okay.
There's I don't know. It's like 5-minute lapse there. It's time for me to go take another shot with my friends that are celebrating a birthday because somebody's buying around for all of us, and I go back over to where I'd been standing, and the other one comes over and she goes, "Okay, look, I'm not stupid. You just told my friend that you're going to donate your bladder to your brother tomorrow. And you and I both know that that's not a thing." And I said, "I'm sorry, you're right. It's just kind of a thing I do occasionally to see if I'm talking to somebody that's capable of understanding, basic things." I said, "Yeah, no, I'm giving up a kidney in the morning." And she turns around and she goes, "I knew it."
The story of what would have been, huh?
I am an alcohol at damn near midnight. And then this one, "I knew it," when I said I was going to donate a fucking kidney in the morning. You stupid whore. God damn it. I was just mad.
What the fuck is your problem, dude?
I was just mad.
Because she called you out on your shit.
No, she called me out on my shit, and then I came back with something equally ridiculous, and she turned around to her friend and yelled across the bar, "I told you!"
I thought it was "I knew it."
It was "I knew it." But the part you missed was that I was drinking at fucking midnight and was supposed to be giving up a kidney in the morning.
But you said a bladder.
You can't give up a bladder. Well, unless you want a colostomy bag.
Remember the part where she called me out on my shit? That was the part that she called me out on. And then
have you ever had haggis?
And then when I said, "You're right, I'm giving up a kidney," she turned around and said,
"You knew it?"
She was no smarter than. Okay, she was only marginally smarter than the other one.
Okay, this DR guy, this DR guy's laughing his ass off, but he ain't showing. He ain't making noise.
It's called ninja laughing. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you.
Wait, okay. Duke, were you there for the conversation with the guy that said mute point to me the other day?
Oh, my love just joined.
Oh, Nadine, you're muted.
Of course she is.
Frustrated, Mr.
Well, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, you're still muted.
Can't say anything frustrating.
It's because Artie probably just fucking muted you.
I have her connected.
I can't get a word in sideways.
Go ahead and talk, Terry. What's up, Terry?
Stuff, Nadine. Thank goodness.
Oh my God!
Damn you,
Artie.
That feeling when you've been talking for the last 5 minutes and you just realize you've been muted the entire time.
Oh my God! That's so bad.
I had problems. I had problems with my mic, or my headphones keep taking over my computer sound, so I disabled it in sound settings, and then I forget to re-enable it when I do a call.
Hi, Nadine.
Hello, guys.
It's like 3 things. I have no idea what they are.
Reese, it sounds like you sound like you've got a vibrating butt plug going on in the background, dude.
Yeah, that's, with a bearing going out.
Yeah.
Really, do I?
Yeah, you really do.
Yeah. It explains the farting vibrating noises that are happening.
You've got kind of a digital feedback thing going.
Well, this is a old set I got going on here, so.
Set. An old set.
Setup.
An old set of batteries, dude.
Oh.
For the butt plug.
Okay. No. It definitely sounds like an old set of batteries. I'm with you. That's probably the culprit.
Okay, let me. I'll see what I can find.
I'm just saying what I'm hearing matches that description.
It's an accurate description, sir.
I thought I said that description.
That sounds just like the one I got on mine right now.
Yours needs new batteries too.
I think that's what was.
Or you need to relax and let that rough bearing work loose.
I'm not sure what I came in on, but
you're so clenched that you've worn a smooth side under your bearings.
So he's a clincher also. We just need to get a couple of grinders up in here.
Well, actually, Nadine's a grinder. We were talking about TMJ.
Or TMI.
Yeah. Apparently it's TMI.
I will do TMI. I am not a proud man.
Yeah, he's done TMI pretty quite a few times.
It's okay, Artie. I'm the king of TMI. It's fine.
Yeah, Duke. You of all people, like I would ever say that to a human being.
Glass houses.
How dare you? Well, I never. I threw that one out today, and somebody's like, "Well, now you have," and I was like, "I can't believe you thought I said that on purpose."
Yeah, like who would believe that?
I got the vapors now.
So I'm sorry I missed your interview. I didn't get the notification till late, and then when I got the notification, Mom got her computer, so I was trying to help her, and my best friend called. I was gonna pop in when this thing started, and my best friend called me, and it's like, oh my gosh.
You know damn well that the reason this happened when it did was because there are family obligations, and there are obligations to friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
Me of all.
And we got kicked to the curb.
Bless my heart.
Yeah. You guys got kicked to the curb. Yeah.
I saw earlier that y'all were on, and I would have joined, or I would have tuned in and listened, but I was at the gym working out. So.
Check. Fuck you, Russ. Anybody hear me?
Yep.
Is that
yeah,
better?
We hear you.
Yeah,
we hear you, but
better.
we don't want to hear you, but we hear you.
Loud and clear, right? Fuck you, Russ. Fuck you, Russ.
Yeah. No, well, we're just so glad that you're done fucking yourself.
Yeah, I missed the buzzing sound from your dying batteries.
Well, if somebody would have fucking told me, that would have been nice.
Yeah. Well, the thing is we don't really care to pay attention to you, but because you're making noise for everyone else, we had to say something.
Oh, are you at work again?
No, I'm actually at the house.
Oh, not paying attention to your wife, huh?
Hashtag
well,
super.
No, as a matter of fact, I'm doing my good husbandly duties and making her dinner right now.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever you say, Russ.
Yeah, see, I don't know why he thinks that everybody that's older than him is lying.
Do what?
You don't even know how old I am.
I'm guessing.
I'm just judging by the things that you consider to be adulting that seem to bother you.
Well, I am a kid at heart.
Yeah.
And a juggalo.
And you're right. I don't know how old you are, but I'm guessing you.
I
and
know how
have
old he is.
Better part of a generation betwixt.
I know
How old
he
am I?
is.
How old am I, Russ?
You are here in May. You're going to be 29.
What the fuck? You're way off.
No, you're like 2 days
Yeah,
older
dude,
than I am.
it's gonna be September.
Dude, I was born in '85, dickhead.
Oh,
I was a high school state champion in 1983, dickhead.
oh, then who am I thinking of that's 2 days older than I am?
I don't know who the hell you're thinking
Sure
of.
as fucking me.
There's somebody in the community who's 2 days older than I am. I
Well,
can't remember who now. I
wasn't
thought it
me.
was Reese.
I thought it was Josiah.
Is Josiah born May of 90?
No, it wasn't Josiah
no.
then. No.
90? Can you even talk?
Yes, his hair's still wet from the womb.
Brent said
Exactly.
it's probably him.
Hold on.
I still got that new baby smell.
Exactly.
His head's still soft.
You got soft spots.
Don't worry, Russ. Growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I just dumped my beer all over myself. Oh my god, that sucked.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cold. That's
My
cold.
wife,
You know
my
what's
wife just
worse than
asked me.
dumping beer on yourself?
Karma's a motherfucker.
My
I can
wife
think of
just
at least
asked
two
me
things
a
that got
very-
talked about tonight that I have done both. That are
My wife just asked me a very
worse.
important question. She said, "For your 30th birthday, I have a question for you." I said, "What?" She said, "For your 30th birthday, can we go all out and get another Boston Terrier?" I was like, "I'm sorry, that only goes towards you, not me."
I thought 30th birthday was anal.
And she's still like straight up yelling at you in the background, huh?
No. Anal.
Well, right now, she sat there and said that I'm. She said something about how it's good for me. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it down.
30th anniversary is anal, not 30th birthday.
Oh, I was wrong.
Yeah, because I don't remember getting any anal when I turned 30. Of course, that was like 400 years ago. But
At this
No
point,
one was alive then.
at that point, it would have been redundant.
She has just informed me that she loves the dog more than me.
Well, knowing you, I can't blame her.
Tell her to prove it.
Enough.
I don't care how. Just tell her to prove it.
That's pretty gross, Artie.
I said I don't care how.
Well, for the fact that the fact that if I get hurt, she'll sit there and tell me to suck it up. If the dog gets hurt, she sits there and damn near cries with it.
The dog cries?
Of course.
Well, the dog whimpers. She cries and then automatically blames me like I won't even be in the same state. And somehow the dog getting hurt is still my fucking fault somehow.
Of course it is.
What is this, an episode of the fucking Honeymooners?
Dude, the honeymoon is over.
That's basically our entire life is the honeymooners.
This is why you should get something a little more, even a marginally more butch than a pug.
Well, the dog is more than a pug. Oh, God.
Okay.
I don't know what it's doing right now.
I'm so concentrated on what the hell DR is doing.
He's texting my mom.
I bet.
He's asking for her cobbler recipe.
She's there now.
Say again.
well, send it my way when you get it.
That's
I like cobbler.
Oh yeah,
Cobbler is delicious.
Mom's got a killer blue cobbler.
Cherry cobbler? What?
Here, let DR talk. What is DR doing?
Killer blue cobbler. Blueberry.
I'm listening in, but I'm also trying to get some Bitmojis so I can make some thumbnails in the future for the channel. And it's just trying to find it. It just takes forever.
Isn't it like fucking almost like your work day again tomorrow there right now?
It's only 3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
only 3. That would literally be
here.
That'd literally be an hour before I have to get up to go to work. If it was 3 here. But it's only 7:15 here. Russ is only an hour ahead of me. He's Mountain Time.
No, I'm 2 hours ahead of you.
I'm Mountain Time too.
Oh, is that? Sorry, Reese. I said, not Russ.
Oh, yeah. No, it's 9:15 for me right now.
Get your ooses together.
Yeah, I know. Eases and usses and ooses. And
No.
I hate Mises to pieces. And
Thanks, Dr. Seuss.
What popped into my head when you did that was the fucking scene from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory where she wants a geese. Goosey.
Don't care how I want it now.
Exactly, Russ. Exactly.
She was a bad egg.
You're on fire tonight too, man. You and Reese, man. You guys are burning it down.
Yeah, I liked the new version where
Never seen it.
The squirrels. Oh, you gotta watch the new. You gotta watch the Johnny Depp version.
I want that
'cause
squirrel.
That's pretty funny too.
Get me a
It's
squirrel.
terrible. It's fucking terrible.
Oh,
what are
fine.
you doing to that woman in the background?
If you've read the book, that version is no less good than the Willy Wonka version.
I've read the
Yes,
book,
I have read the book.
and the problem I have with the remake version is the way that they portray Willy Wonka.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
From my
That's the way he is in
understanding,
the book. He's neurotic as fuck.
yes, that's what I was gonna say. Is from my understanding, the second movie with Johnny Depp actually got closer to the book than the original.
Way closer. It's
Not in terms of Willy Wonka, it didn't. Like, Willy Wonka's character is not like that at all.
It had the squirrels though.
with the daddy issues. Heck yeah, it is.
He didn't have daddy issues. There was no daddy involved in the story. Like the whole dentist thing.
Russ, what the hell are you doing?
The daddy issues.
He's got a pooch.
Oh.
I don't know, man. When I read it, I don't remember seeing anything about daddy issues. I remember, like, it was the same thing. Like when they show up at the end, and Charlie is like, "Can I bring my parents?" And Willy Wonka in the movie is like, "Absolutely not." But in the book, he was like, "Yeah, of course, everybody can come."
Yeah.
It was just an immediate thing. Like he wasn't like that.
Yeah.
Okay, admittedly, that part built upon a theme that that part did not exist in the book, but it was amplifying a theme that did exist in the book. I would have to read it again to. It's.
Well, I'll tell you what, why don't we both read it again and then we'll talk about it.
Good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who the fuck goes to a movie to expect it to be like the book, anyways?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
go to the movie expecting it to be like the book, but I didn't care for the portrayal of Willy Wonka. I just didn't like the way he played him.
Johnny or?
I
Well,
love,
Duke, that's subjective.
Don't get me wrong. I love both.
Of course
versions,
it is.
but I love them both for completely different fucking reasons. I don't like the fact that all of the fucking Oompa Loompas were the same dude. I think it's fascinating the way they did it, where every version of that, it's not a copy, it's a separate fucking recording of him doing the exact same thing. That's why it varies. When there's 30 depictions of the Oompa Loompas, it's the same guy, but it's the same guy doing it 30 different fucking times.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw the extras on the DVD of the second one, and they did. It was just amazing how he sits there and does the scene in one position. They cut it. He moves like maybe 2 feet to the left or right, and then does the exact same thing over again, and all the way down the line until they've got enough that they need. It
cool
was
shit. And my favorite scene from the second version is the kids leaving at the end after they've been corrected, for whatever they fucked up. The chick that wanted the squirrel, that she was covered in shit, And,
Yeah.
My TV is stretched all out.
Yeah, Veruca Salt goes to the juicing room and she comes out just this flattened, fat version of herself. And the kid that went to the taffy pulling room is like 17 fucking stories tall, and he's like a blowy guy that on the side of the road.
So they all can't walk straight, is what you're saying?
They're all as fucked up as you imagine they would have been at the end of both versions of the movie.
Well, in the book, that's actually a scene direct. Like, there's actually
Wacky Wild inflatable tube guy.
Yeah, the taffy pulling is that was the effect of the taffy pulling was the Wacky Wild inflatable tube guy.
Yeah, that was a pretty good scene. I'm glad that they added that in there, because the first one, I hated that they didn't show that at all. Like, they didn't show what happened to those people whatsoever.
He explained it. In the first movie, Willy Wonka says, "Don't worry about those other kids. They'll be back to their despicable selves, their regular old despicable selves." Like, it was kind of cleaned up in the sense that whatever happened to them, well, it would be like it didn't happen to them. Whereas in the book, they actually did suffer the consequences for what happened to them.
Yeah.
Although I do have to say that Gene Wilder, I've always loved Gene Wilder, so seeing him as Willy Wonka was amazing. I loved it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I did too, but I was less impressed after I learned that the movie was made largely the way it was because he wanted it to be made that way. That was bothersome to me.
Yeah, he's an actor.
He
shouldn't have any say so in how the characters behave.
If he wanted to throw his money into it, fine, but he didn't. They just wanted him to play the part so badly that they kind of let him rewrite the fucking script.
Which
dictator. Yeah.
I think I don't hate the story of the first one. I love them both differently, but I think one of the things that saved the original was look at the fucking effects and the
tunnel. The tunnel.
Yeah, the thing with the tiny door at the visual effect of the tiny door.
And I gotta say,
and then opening up into a room that they actually captured their first their reaction to that chocolate factory is their actual reaction when saw it for the first time. All of that shit was done by the director and the stage crew, and that stuff made it possible for that script to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The music.
I was gonna say the music. That's one of my favorite movies, music-wise. Because my favorite song has to be
the sets drive it.
His song whenever they first go into the candy room.
World of Imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
World of Imagination.
Yeah, the songs are "Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination."
OSHA violations.
Who wrote that? Yeah, Land of OSHA violations. Who wrote that song? Anybody know?
No.
Shit, no, I gotta look it up.
Do you might know who wrote A Boy Named Sue?
Yes.
It wasn't somebody named
Johnny Cash.
No, Johnny Cash did not write A Boy Named Sue.
No.
Johnny Cash didn't write it?
Nope, Shel Silverstein wrote it, the children's author. He wrote A Boy Named Sue, and he sent it to Johnny Cash because he was like, I can't use this anywhere. I'm a children's writer. Yeah, the guy that wrote Where the Sidewalk Ends and Lafcadio and all those children's things.
Okay, guys, I gotta fly.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom.
I'm about to get the answer to the Google search didn't note.
Well, you guys can carry on. You guys can carry on. I have to leave. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Which means that the stream is ending itself.
The composers for A World of Pure Imagination. You'll recognize their names immediately.
Who was it?
Anthony Newley and Leslie Bruchesi.
Never heard of him.
Yep.
No idea.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
guys.
Exactly. Yeah, apparently the first guy, whatever his name was that I read first, he died a long time ago, apparently, because his picture was in black and white. That's as far as I
All right. Well, I got to bail, guys. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We will see you guys on Saturday when I interview a fella from Australia named Frank. So
Hey,
we'll see how that goes.
I just really look forward to the time when you trim your mustache.